Hi, my name is David Ambrosio and I'm going to talk about the principles of cheese making. The principles of cheese making are almost the same for all the variety of cheese that exists. Basically, with a summary of these steps is that um, they extract the water from the milk, and by the adding of some proteins, fats, minerals and vitamins, uh, they form a coagulum that we know as cheese. Basically, there are four more important steps for this cheese making. We are going to talk about four. One of them is pasteurization, the other is acidification, coagulation, and finally the packaging. Pasteurization consists in the kill of undesirable microorganisms that cause some diseases such as leptospirosis and tuberculosis. The acidification of the milk is very important because they kill undesirable bacteria, and this is basically consists in the adding of lactic acid bacteria, which converts the lactose to lactic acid. The coagulation of the milk is very important because they form a gel that is achieved with the lowering of the pH of the milk. And finally, we have the packaging that it depends on the type of cheese that has made. In the supermarket, we can see the variety of cheese and the type of packaging that they have for the specific needs.
Good afternoon, teacher. We will talk about manufacturing and use of cheese products. We will explain this process with the diagram process flow diagram. Cheese manufacturing is one of the classical examples of food preservation, dating from 6000 to 70,000 before Christ. Preservation of the most important constituents of milk, as chicks exploits two of the classical principles of food preservation: lactic acid fermentation and reduction of water activity through removal of water and addition of salt. The establishment of a low redox potential as a result of bacterial growth contributes to the storage stability of cheese. My friends, we will talk about more about the process of the cheese, and they will use a process flow diagram for explain more about this topic.
Hello, I'm going to explain about the process flow diagram for making
This
cheese.
is the process diagram for making the ricotta cheese that I'm going to explain in a minute. So in the first step we have the mix serum. This is the matter in which the machine or personnel are going to work in. Well, in the beginning of the process we have the transport to area process. This is the motion of the matter to the machines in which they will work in for making the ricotta cheese. Then the next step is the weight of salt and acetic acid. In this step we measure the amount of salt and acetic acid for making a good quality product. The next step is the raise temperature at 90 degrees Celsius and shake. In this step we have to shake the mixture of the matter, and then we have to raise the temperature in the oven at 9 degrees Celsius. That is the good temperature for cooking the mix. Then in the next step we found the add of acetic acid and remove from the fire. In this step we add acetic acid for the mixture. Then after adding this and the mixture already absorbed, we remove it from the fire. Then in this step, when we already removed the mixture from the fire, the cool to and from coagulation is the next step. This is consisted in to leave the matter to have a consistent mass in which we are going to work in. So the next is the serum filter. Here we put the already coagulated mass into a recipient that will filter the serum and the mass will be released. So the next is to add salt and mix the cheese with it. In this step we add salt for the already mass that released the serum in the cheese. Then we mix it for making a good mix. Then the next step is packing. When we already have the mass of the ricotta cheese, we pack in we packet this mass into their respective envelopes. After packing the matter, we have the next step, that is the weight. In this step, the mass that is already packed is weighted in a special balance. If in a special balance, when it is correct the weight, then we pass it to the next step, that is packed. In this, all the envelopes that were packing before, that were packed after, it 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 make groups of a certain amount of envelopes to make a big package. So after making these big envelopes or big boxes of the products, then a special people is in charge of the inspection of the final product, if it's good or if it's bad. Then for the final part of the process, we found the transport of the product for the storage refrigerator. In this step, if already is correct, all the product is measured right and enveloped in the right way, the good product is transported for the special refrigerator to preserve the product already created for a long time and be distributed in a couple of days for the stores of all the country. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jose Luis Rodriguez. My ID is 2009161114. I talk about for the conclusions. First, cheese manufacture is one of the classical examples of food preservation. Second, there are more than 400 varieties of cheese produced throughout the world, created by difference in milk source, fermentation, and ripening conditions as well as price, size, and shape. Third, the basic principles of cheese making are the same for nearly all varieties of cheese. Fourth, Coagulation of the casein fraction of the milk to form a gel can be achieved by lowering the milk pH and the addition of rennet, and mixture contains a specific proteolytic enzyme. 5. The addition of rennet lets the principal proteolysis of casein by cleavage and the phenane and methionine bonds. Okay, this is all. Thank you. Bye.